This is Goku Sun DBZ, and welcome back to a new 10 recommendations list of games I recommend checking out and collecting for yourself. This is the second list for the 7th console generation. First up at 10 of recommendations, of course there's no specific royal rank, is New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This game on average will probably set you back $10 to $15, very reasonably priced. So yeah, if you are a Mario fan, I definitely recommend getting a hold of this game. It's actually really good, and if you prefer the old style gameplay of classic Mario, then this is going to be a game for you. Plus, given it also allows up to 4 players, that adds a little extra element to the game. At number 9, Journey Collector's Edition, which includes, of course, 2 other games by the same developer. Journey is definitely one of those beautiful, gorgeous looking artsy games that I have a real weakness for, and Journey is one of the games that really got me hooked on those artsy type games. The other 2 games are kind of hard to understand. They're still fun and relaxing. Specifically, this one is relaxing. But really, the main reason to get this is if you want a physical version of Journey. This is about the only way you can have physical on PlayStation 3. And on average, you can probably get this for about maybe $10. So another game that's very affordable, easy to get a hold of, and I highly recommend collecting. Next up is probably the cheapest on this recommendations list, Assassin's Creed 3. Now on average, you can probably get this game for about $5. It is dirt cheap at GameStop and places. So definitely, if you like Assassin's Creed, I highly recommend picking it up. I mean, with the remaster, if you want to play on current gen consoles, you can get that. But Assassin's Creed 3 is still a really great game, and I feel criminally underrated of the franchise. It's sadly overlooked thanks to Assassin's Creed 2 and 4. But in my opinion, this is truly a great game, fun, and given you can get this on average $5, yeah, it's definitely worth picking up, especially if you're a fan of the series. It's perfect to add to your collection, and it's very cheap on top of it. Next up, at number 7, is, of course, Halo 3 ODST, which is definitely highly regarded by many Halo fans of the franchise, and I see where they're coming from. It is a really good overall game, but of course, just know that you're not going to be playing with Master Chief. That's something you should know about the game. But still, you can get this game for probably about $10 to $15. Very good price range, if you ask me, especially if you're a Halo fan. Number 6, Dead Space 2, which is arguably many people's favorite of the Dead Space series. I've only played a little bit so far of Dead Space 2. I've never played the first one. I have also, though, played Dead Space 3. I definitely think, though, Dead Space 2 is definitely way better than Dead Space 3. It still has the elements of horror as well, and creepy factor where 3 lost the horror elements of the game. But it's truly a great creepy game if you enjoy. Plus, given visual games is no longer around, this you might want to think about picking up the Dead Space games while you can, before they become collector's items. You can probably get this on average, though it can range anywhere from maybe $10 up to $20. Just depends where you go, but still, I recommend getting it. It's definitely worth getting. It's a really solid overall shooting game with great horror elements to it. At number 5 is the criminally underrated Batman Arkham Origins, which you can probably pick this up for about $10 or so. 10, maybe a little bit more than 10 to 15 range, but still really good price overall. And it's definitely worth picking up. It's a fun game. It's sad more people didn't give this game a chance, but I definitely recommend. I'd say someday this will probably become a collector's item because there's less copies of this out there. But right now you can still get it for a very good price range. Next up we have, of course, Sacred 2, Fallen Angel, which is a great RPG game. Unlike the third game in the series, which is not worth your time. This game is a lot of fun, and yeah, there's lots and lots of side quests. There's one specific side quest, I forget the name of it, but it's worth playing just so you get to see an in-game version of one of the best power metal bands of all time. That being, of course, the great Blind Guardian, which does their song Sacred World, which is an incredibly fun and awesome song, I might add. But yeah, this is actually a really solid game, and I highly recommend picking it up. You can probably get it for around like $10 range or so, maybe a little bit more, but that should be about the average price. And it's definitely worth picking up if you're an RPG fan. Next up, for the Wii, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Now this game will set you back probably about $10 up to $15, but no more than that. It's definitely probably the cheapest Zelda game on the GameCube. On the Wii. Now, in case you're interested, the Twilight Princess version on GameCube will set you back about $50 to $60, while you can get this for a little over $10, a fraction of the price of the GameCube version. So, if you're looking to collect and you like Twilight Princess or have never played it, it's probably the better version to go with, at least if you want to save money. This is your best bet, since it's the cheapest port of the game. With that said, number 2, of course, the always awesome Fable II, which is regarded by many people to be the best Fable game in the series. You can get the regular Fable 2 game for probably about $10 to $15, but if you want the Platinum version, which includes extra DLC on disc, not a redeemable code, but actually on disc DLC, which is awesome. New maps, new side quests, and everything. This will probably set you back about $20, or maybe a bit more. The premium hits, or platinum hits rather, is pretty much the better game. Probably the best way to play this game. Just like many people consider Fable Lost Chapters the definitive version of Fable 1. But yeah, as I said, if you want this, you will probably be showing out maybe $20 or a little more, because this has extra content on it. But if you don't care about that, get the regular version, because it will cost you several dollars less. Number 1, you hear the music in the background from, and I highly recommend picking up The Darkness 2. Based on the comic book with the same name, the Darkness games are really good overall. Though I personally like The Darkness 2 better than the first one. It's a little bit more, obviously a little bit, I hate to use the pun, but darker. It's a great game. Love the music. And the gameplay is solid. And just to let you know, if you're squeamish and don't like a lot of blood and gore, stay away from this game, because this has lots and lots of blood. It's definitely for mature audiences, most definitely. On average, though, you can probably find this game range anywhere from like $10 to $20. So it's a very good, reasonable price game. And if you get the chance, I recommend picking up the first one with The Darkness 2. Though I still feel this is the best of the two games. If you want an in-depth review of this game out of sheer curiosity, check out Angry Joe's review of this game. He makes a lot of good points in it. One of the few times I agree with him on some. But I'll see y'all next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel.